What's good, guys? Welcome, guys. Um, Today's video or the episode is called Trading, right? On today's video, what I'll be doing, I'll be showing you guys. By the way, this is part four. We did go through part one, part two. Part one was about we went on YouTube, then we found the strategy. Then on part two, we then tested the strategy. I show you guys how to do that. As I said, you'll have to do a more robust testing, right? Then on part three, what we did was we analyzed the data, right? I show you guys the questions you have to ask yourself and so forth, right? So today's video is about trading, right? Now we are trading. I want to show you guys the steps that professional traders take in order to become profitable, right? Basically that's the plan, right? So number one, guys, the thing that you have to do, this is part four, by the way. The first thing that you'll have to do, guys, you have to be ready at least an hour before you start trading, right? I'll tell you why I say that. Because you don't want to be making those trading errors that are not necessary. So it's very important that you become ready an hour before you start trading, right? By an hour, I'm talking to people who are starting out, right? I know when you've been trading for a minute, what happens is even 15 minutes, depending on the number of pairs, I mean on the number of pairs that you are trading, right? But 15 minutes can be enough time for you to analyze, right? But if you are starting out, an hour will be like an hour will do it, right? So it's very important to keep that in mind. That's number one, guys. Number two, guys, you have to say your trading affirmations. If you don't have trading affirmations, go to your journal, write them down, start writing them down, because you need trading affirmations. Why am I saying this? Because trading affirmation, it's gonna bring your mind to the right state of mind, right? Trading affirmation, that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna allow your mind to be in the right state of mind. What do I mean by the right state of mind, right? You have to think in probability. So you have to write affirmations that makes you a trader that think in probability. You have to understand that when you are trading, first and foremost, you have to predetermine your risk, right? You have to write those affirmations that have that. You have to tell yourself that you are a goat, right? Before you even put on a trade, you haven't even started, you haven't calculated everything. You are just saying these trading affirmations to bring your mind to a state whereby you are functioning as a professional trader, right? Say things like the best traders, what they do is they simply make themselves available to the market so they can take advantage of whatever the market is offering at any given moment, right? You have to say those things. Mark Douglas wrote that in his book. I did talk about his book on one of the episodes, right? So it's very important that you have these trading affirmations, right? Whatever that resonates with you, right? What speaks to you, right? Write it down, then say it. I'm a professional trader. I think in probability, right? I understand that one outcome is more likely to happen than the other, right? I predetermine my risk and I accept it fully, right? You have to say all those things, right? Say things that speak to you, right? This is very important that it has to speak to you, right? You have to say trading affirmations. That's number two, guys. Number three, you have to warm up, right? I know this is unheard of, or maybe I've never come across it, but it's very important that you warm up, guys. It makes sense, right? Because all the athletes, what they do is warm up before the actual game, right? So I want you to incorporate that in your trading. Before you start trading, warm up, guys. What do I mean by warm up, or how do we go about doing this warm up, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your screenshots that you have taken before. Just have a look at them. Look at the entries you have taken before, then understand the mistakes that you have made, understand everything that you need to understand about your strategy each and every day, right? Each and every day, do that warm up, right? You don't hear athletes complaining about warm upping, so please don't do it. Warm up or just backtest at least 1 week or 2 weeks, depending on your strategy. Backtest before you start trading, right? Before you start doing proper analysis, right? That's very important that you warm up. Then the fourth thing, guys, now that you have tested your strategy, you have warm up, what you have to do is you have to have your calculator next to you, guys. It's very important. There's no way that you're gonna be a trader that does not uses his calculator. By calculator, I mean even if you can use your phone's calculator, it doesn't matter, right? But you have to have a calculator close to you, because before you take any entry, what you'll have to do is you have to calculate how much you are willing to risk, right? So that's very important again, guys. Then number 5, what we have to do is you have to go and you have to know where you put your long and short position, right? Tools, you know, the long and short position tools, they're gonna help you, right? Because they're gonna show you the potential risk to reward. Let me pause. The lights just went. Sorry about that, guys. The lights just went dead, but I'm back again, guys. So it's very important that you have your short and long position, right? So when you're gonna use it to it's gonna help you to show the potential reward plus the risk, right? When you see the risk, it's gonna give you the number of pips that you're gonna use when you are going to the next step, which will be calculating your risk, right? Because it's gonna show you. But on the following segment of this video, you're gonna see how I actually go about this. It's just so simple, right? So I urge you guys that you follow everything as I'll be showing you guys. So the second thing, guys, now it's understanding how much your account is, right? That's the 6th step, right? The 6th step is understanding how much is your account, then risk 1%. By 1%, I mean if you have 100, let's say if you have $1,000, right? If you have $1,000, 1% of that, risk it, right? Make sure you risk 1%. By that, it's gonna keep you longer in the game. It's very important that when you lose, you still have a chance to take another entry the following day, right? Because as professional traders, what we do is we only manage the downside. I've said this in the previous episode, I'm repeating it, right? We only have control of the downside of our losses. So it's very important that you calculate, and when you lose that amount that you have calculated, just smile about it. Try to smile about it, because that's exactly how much you were willing to risk. So it's very important that you calculate your risk. That will be the 6th step, guys. It's very important to calculate your risk before taking any entry. Then number 7 is going to be overall, you want to have a systematic approach, right? By a systematic approach, I mean you have to know exactly where you're going to put your entry, where you're going to put your stop loss, and where you're going to put your potential take profit. It's very important. It has to be systematical. I did show you on the previous video what I even made an analogy of what is a systematical approach when it comes to trading, right? So go check that out. You're gonna see what am I talking about. Yes, sir. So the following thing that you'll have to do, guys, once you place your entry, stay away from the market. But if you are scalping, of course, it depends on the strategy that you are using. But if you are scalping, You can look at the market, but if you are a long-term trader or a day trader, just stay away from the markets, please, because you're gonna make irrational decisions, right? We need to make some decisions as traders. That's the one thing that we need in our arsenal, to make logic decisions, right? We don't make decisions based on emotions. So that's one thing to keep in mind, guys. Then the last thing, guys, which is, I think it's about number 9, you have to, it's very important, you have to journal after the trade or the position or the entry has completed. Now take a screenshot, write down everything. How were you feeling? Right? Write down everything. It's very important that you write everything down. Right? How were you feeling? Was it a revenge trading? Were you revenge trading? What were you feeling? Were you happy? Were you sad? Before and after the entry, write everything down, because that's gonna help you in the future, right? So yeah, guys, so without wasting any time, let me just get on the charts so that we can start doing this thing. So you'll be seeing what are we doing. Every step that I have talked about here, it's gonna be there, right? Because I'm gonna try to backtest another pair, just one pair, so that you guys can see on the strategy that we are using. I'll only backtest that week, the week that we've backtested, right? Just to see that, okay, if we are trading number of pairs, this is how much percent we're able to get, right? So yeah, guys, let's see you on the next segment, right? Peace.